guys, welcome to Sim UK and Assetto Corsa. I'd like to say straight off the bat, thank you guys so much for your continued support, your kind words of encouragement, and for those of you who have hit the like button, that really inspires me to keep going. I'm not making these videos just to get views. I am genuinely and seriously interested in racing Assetto Corsa and getting really good at it. For one reason, I really enjoy it, and after 2 years of being out completely, not touching this game at all, it is so nice to be back and doing something that I actually genuinely 100% enjoy. Now, it's tough, it's difficult, it's very difficult, and that's part of the reason why I like it. I like a challenge. I want to push my skills, or push my limits and learn new skills, I should say. That's kind of what I feel like I'm doing here. Now, I have to be honest with you, I think I've overdone it a tad, because, let me explain. In my settings, you can see that I've got custom. Now, I set this up 2 years ago, back when I first started racing. And Ultimate Realism is not just a catchy tag name for my channel. Ultimate Realism is exactly what I'm after, genuinely. So 2 years ago, I wanted to make this as difficult and as realistic as possible. I turned off traction control, ABS, stability control, no tyre blankets, and ×1 slipstream effect, exactly as you see here. This is how my settings were 2 years ago, and I just wondered what the difference would be between that and Pro. So I clicked on Pro, and it turns out that in Pro settings you do have a bit of traction control. I think it's factory set. Is it factory? Yeah, factory set, and ABS also factory set. Now, in the long term, I'll probably turn all this off, because if it ekes me out another half a second or a second when I'm highly competitive and fighting for first place, then that is something worth doing. But right now, when I'm learning the tracks and getting back into it, I think that's a bit overkill. And to be honest with you, I feel, although, okay, I know I'm 6 seconds off the pace, or 8 seconds off the pace for the really fast guys, but to be competitive, I need to be 145 or whatever. And I am working towards that. I've hit 148.2 a couple of times now, so although you guys haven't seen me hit a sub 150, I'm fairly confident I'm going to do it today. But whilst I'm learning the track and learning the car and learning the game, my steering wheel, the limitations of the game, etc, I think I'm racing okay, but I'm making a few small mistakes which then escalate into massive wipeouts, and that's really quite demoralising. Not only is it demoralising, but it's also probably not that much fun for you guys to watch, see me wiping out all the time. You'd rather see me hunting cars down, overtaking them, and giving them a right good kicking, I guess. That's not a good word. But anyway, that's kind of what we're going to do today. So I've set this to Pro, with the idea of maybe going back to switching traction control and ABS off. I haven't raced like this yet, so I'm hitting 148.2 fairly regularly now, with the previous settings that you saw. No traction control, no ABS. So it's probably going to take me a few laps to get used to the ABS and even the traction control. I don't know how that's going to work out. But today we're going to be racing AI. 10 cars, including us, all racing the 911 RSR 2017 on IMOLA. And the reason why I'm doing this is because there is nobody online at the moment racing IMOLA. So in order to get some practice in on this track, because this is the track that I'm really working on at the moment, I will race other tracks. I'm not just going to race IMOLA for the rest of my life, but this is the track that I want to really develop and hone my skills on, because I mean, all corners are corners, and it's just a case of finding the fastest way through them. But at the moment, I'm learning the game, I'm learning the controls, I'm learning everything. Now, I'm really serious about this. I'm not serious to the point that I've changed my configuration of the car. That is going to knock a couple of seconds off when I start doing that. I'm considering upgrading my G27, because the G27 is brilliant, but limited. So I'm considering that. Financially, that's not viable at the moment, but you know, it's something to save towards, if you will. So that's pretty much where we are, guys. Today's race is going to be... Okay, so I've been racing at 98%, which I think is too much for me at the moment. So I'm going to start at 80%, and I should theoretically wipe them out. We're just going quick race today. I'm not going to go like qualifying and stuff like that. Just going to go straight out there and see if I can actually race hard and fast consistently, because consistency at the moment is something we're lacking. Okay, I think that's enough of an introduction, so let's start 80% and then I'll build it up bit by bit. Oh yeah, you can see there's my personal best lap time, 148.260. So you can see that I've come in sub 150 now. Sorry that I didn't do that on video. Well, I did actually I did. I have got that video where I break 148, but basically it was me having a torrid time going around in 2:02, 3 minute 20, 2 minutes 10, 1 minute 57. It was awful, awful, awful. Then I just had one blinding lap, and I say blinding because I actually came off the track twice, so it shows you how fast that lap was. I actually came off the track twice, only slightly, but enough to sort of lose a second or two here, and that's when I hit 148 for the first time. I've done it a few times since then, but that very first lap, I literally, as I passed the lap and hit 148, I then instantly drove into the pit wall. It was an absolutely calamitous session. The race was okay, nothing spectacular happened, so I've decided not to show you that video and just to go from here, basically go from here. Now, how do I set up how many laps we do? 2 laps. Okay, let's go 5 laps. 5 laps of IMOLA. Let's take about 5-10 minutes, so maybe I can get 2 or 3 races here and increment the difficulty of the AI cars. Or maybe I'm just going to get wiped out a lot. I don't know. I haven't warmed up or anything, so this could be disastrous. So here we are, guys. Very, very, very first time out. I haven't warmed up or anything, which is totally ridiculous. This is not the way you're supposed to do this. But we're just going to basically go for it. And I'm going to try and commentate whilst driving. That's something I don't do because it does distract me somewhat from what I'm doing and sort of exacerbates situations somewhat. Anyway, here we go. Let's think positive. The best start. Oh, followed by epic wipeout. Well, I said I wasn't warmed up. 5 laps then. Not sure my ABS is even working properly. It's probably better to wipe out on the first lap, because everybody's driving that little bit slower and we can actually catch them. I was just thinking, this must be an awful lot like it is for people who race against me, just catching you up super easy and passing you. Yeah, we're on the inside, lad, you can bugger off. Aggressive driving by me. Obviously, I don't think I'd be quite this aggressive racing online, because when you're racing against real people, they don't want you accidentally slamming into them. We're not going to really take to that a lot. So we started in last place. Oh. Where are we up to now? 6th place. It's probably 5th now. This is even too easy. change gear there. Probably something to do with the fact that I'm trying to talk, and that is distracting me from the job at hand. Oh, I am sorry. Oh, whoa. So I think, quite literally, we can confirm that I was going to say that an opponent level of 80 is not enough to stop me from going from last to first, even after a huge spin, and then I put it into another spin. It all feels very different, I've got to say. Get out of the way then. Now, actually, I forgot to mention, I have been doing a lot of research and a lot of... Bit of lock up there, bit of lock up. Keep it together. I found some fantastic apps for this title. Like plugins or add-ons, I don't know what you call them. What's that lap time? 2 minute 10 so far, that's not good. 1 minute 58, goodness me. Right, I'm going to try and put a proper lap in this time. Try not to spin it. Bit of consistency. To be fair, I didn't warm my tyres up or anything, I just kind of went for it. Oh my god. That Villeneuve, I tell you what. I'm still working on that one, guys. The only thing that's stopping me from getting first in this race is me. I've only got 2 laps left, or a lap and a half left. So I need to be a bit more... Bit of contact. What's interesting about this race so far is that I'm using gears in places I've never used gears before. Right, here we go then. 2 laps remaining. We're in 3rd place. Obviously we're going to out-track this guy. Up into 2nd place. I don't know what that lap time was, 1:56. Whoa, why did you brake there? There we go. Oh! One of the best apps I found for this is something called Heli something. Oh crap. And I completely forgot to put it on. Obviously now I'm on the track and doing some laps. It's not going to be that easy to put on, but we're pulling away from them at a rate of knots. Now that we got a clear track, I'm going to have a go at getting that sub 150. Hopefully I'll be able to pull that off for you guys. Obviously our opponents are long way behind us now. What was that? 152. So if I can take a good 4 seconds off that, that'll be alright, wouldn't it? Not sure that stability control is working very well. I'm not sure it's working at all, in fact. I might even turn that off, to be honest with you. I'm kind of happier with it as it was. The only thing that I really thought would benefit me was the ABS. Oh, crikey. That was looking really good till I did that. Come on! What is going on? Stability control my butt cheeks. Okay, so 148 isn't coming. Not in this lap. But what I'll do... so I was looking at my recording software and not at the... I was looking at my recording software and not the game there for a second. So I can see that we've done 10 minutes 36 seconds. There we go. My first ever win on Assetto Corsa. So I see that took 10 minutes plus the introductions. That's about 15 minutes for that video. I think I'm going to increase the difficulty of the AI and then come back and drive again. There's a few things that are going on at the moment. I'm finding the steering wheel is behaving very erratically. It's really sharp and not very smooth. So I'm going to recalibrate my steering wheel. I'm also running my Logitech Profiler for a change. I always forget to start that up. So yes, there's a few things I'm going to go off and do. I think I'll turn off stability control as well, because I didn't see anything there that convinced me it was doing anything better than I was doing myself. And we'll be back for round 2 and see if I can pull it off again. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.